What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 40K Cafe, and thank you, Captain, for the request. I could have sworn that I've already made a video on this, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. Maybe I was talking about agri worlds instead, and this came up in conversation, but let's get into it. There are very few pleasantries that can be made known in the realm of 40K, and one can imagine in empires like the Imperium even less so. But if you have enough status like that of nobility, or you carry enough wealth with your name, you can take part in the pleasures that the worlds have to offer, known as paradise or pleasure worlds. These are also sometimes referred to as garden worlds, but they usually keep a lot of natural habitation and conditions that others may take part in and enjoy. Now, many of the natural inhabitants of this planet usually take part in many artistic studies or refining their craft for entertainment. So although many of the planet can be covered in the natural fauna to add to its beauty, there can still be locations for galas, plays, or even just the fine appreciation of musical arts. Some of these worlds have even more to offer than just the natural terrain beauty as well as the musical arts and appreciation. Some can provide different kinds of distractions to the greater darkness that the universe has to offer. Some can escape the realities of the world by partaking in gambling. Others may escape by attending restaurants where there is fine dining like no other. And one may think, how is it possible for these planets to exist when the Imperium itself functions like a never-ending machine of war? Well, like everything else in the Imperium, they must pay a tithe, one that is more astronomical than anybody can possibly imagine. But when much of their income and funding comes from the highest nobility and the most wealthy people in the Imperium, this is practically little concern. But now let's get into the darker side of these kinds of planets, because let's face it, it wouldn't be 40K if there wasn't. The whole purpose of these planets is to provide entertainment and distractions that you cannot experience anywhere else in the galaxy. As a result of providing such exquisite entertainment, this is a perfect breeding ground for chaos cultists of Slaanesh. After all, the Prince of Pleasure takes delight in all things excess. And even in the universe of 40K, those of high status may begin to acquire a taste for the more depraved pleasures the universe has to offer. So naturally, a pleasure world or a paradise world will accommodate to their most high-ranking guests and individuals, allowing the influence of the Prince of Pleasure to run rampant throughout the planet. Those of the Imperium merely seeking an escape from the darkness of the world and the tragedies of the universe, unbeknownst to them, may be contributing to the rise and influence of Slaanesh. But when all your worldly desires are being fulfilled, and you are naturally on Imperial grounds, who are you to question what occurs around you? You are merely a guest to experience delights beyond imagining, and who else can offer best other than the Dark Prince on a pleasure world, only solidifying that even where there is pleasure, there is still the grim dark. Thanks again, Captain, for the request, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Drop a comment if there's anything you guys want to hear about next. Remember to join the Discord, and as always, remember to follow for more.